Today I'm going to show you how to mix up epoxy paste. You've got a part A and a part B, just like Apoxie Sculpt. You can notice the consistency is pretty much like a sticky pancake batter, maybe a little thicker than that. So you're going to start with a disposable cup, wear some gloves because it is very sticky. And I like to use some big popsicle sticks. And then I like to hang on to them for stirring and making this stuff go. You want equal parts of A and B. Okay, and then I just stick my sticks together to make it a little stronger. And I like to set a timer for 2 minutes because that usually tells me when it's ready to go. We're going to start that. And if it doesn't, just like when you mix Apoxie Sculpt, you should feel a little bit of heat on the outside of the cup. It's not going to be super hot, but it'll be hot enough that you'll be able to feel it. You'll be able to hold on to it, but you'll be able to feel it. And that tells you that the components are activated, which is what you want, or it won't set up. So I really mix this pretty vigorously, and I always make sure I scoop the edges of the container. You can see that consistency. The color is blending really nicely. If you want to add pigment into it, you can. I always recommend mixing it up first, just like this, and then you can add a little bit of pigment. I like to use oil paint. It seems that you don't need very much of it, and it doesn't change the consistency. You could use powders or really anything. I don't like to use acrylic paints because they really make it like chewing gum, and it's pretty miserable to work with after that. It still works, but if you can use oil paints or other kinds of pigments, that's always preferred. Oh, right now I can feel that heat, and I'm at about 1.5 minutes on mixing. I can really feel the heat on the outside of the cup. Still mixing vigorously, making sure I'm scraping my cup or vessel. I like to use this kind of material because then I can just throw it away when I'm done with it. I don't have to try to wash it out. Alright, and so that is my 2 minutes. And at the end of that 2 minutes, you have pretty frosting-like consistency. I should have said frosting, I should say like honey, because it's kind of like a thicker honey that you have to drizzle it with. And there you go.